What's up, everybody? It's the King Speed Flashpool TV, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. Alright, now, this has come up to, this idea came up in my head, and basically, we're going to be discussing whether the Earth is flat or not. We're going to watch a couple of videos, with evidence, proving both sides, and after that, I want you guys to drop in the comments down below what you think about this. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, let's see. First, we're going to do how we know the Earth isn't flat.
Hey there, welcome to Life Noggin. Right now, you're probably watching this video from somewhere on Earth, that big, round, beautiful planet you humans call home. But how do you know the Earth is round? Your senses would tell you that it's flat. After all, if you stand in a large field, it actually looks pretty flat. And if you walk through that field, it doesn't feel like you're going over a curve. Could it be that the Earth is actually flat? Well, let's try an experiment. Say you're standing in a field outside of Chicago. If the Earth is flat, you should be able to see southwest and see some of the tallest points in the United States, the Rocky Mountains.
That is a very valid point. If the Earth is flat, you could see everything because, there's no curvature. If it's flat, everything's on level. So you can see the highest points while being very far away. Alright, let's get...
But the thing is, you can't. That's because of the curvature of the Earth. You'll notice
Yeah, you see what I mean? You're in Chicago. You're at the top of the Earth. Since the Earth is... I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. But according to the video, you can't see around it because the Earth is flat. I messed that up. You can't see the mountains because the Earth is round. The mountains are on the other side, but since it's a curve, you can't see them. Had the Earth been flat, you'd be able to see it.
Similar problem if you stand on a seashore and try to watch a boat sail away. After a while, it will disappear from view. And not only that, but the bottom of the boat will vanish before the top as it goes over what's called the horizon line, the place where the sky meets the Earth. For someone who is 6 feet tall, the horizon line is only 3 miles away. But the higher up you are, the farther you can see over the Earth's curve. This is why standing on a tall mountain might allow you to see over 100 miles, while standing in a field will only let you see a short distance. It also means that taller people can see slightly farther than shorter people.
Valid point.
Good thing my animator can make me any height. See? I'm like that one ant dude. The thing is, none of this is new information. We've known about the planet's curvature for over 2,000 years. The ancient Greeks figured out that the Earth is round based on several pieces of evidence, including their observations of ships going over the horizon line. The scientist Aristotle, writing in 350 BCE, noted that during an eclipse, the Earth makes a round shadow on the moon. He also realized that stars appear in different places depending on where you're standing. For example, he saw stars in Egypt that weren't visible farther north. Roughly 100 years later, humans got their first measurements of the Earth's curve from another Greek mathematician, Eratosthenes. He had heard of a city in southern Egypt, where at noon on the summer solstice, the sun was directly overhead, and the buildings cast no shadows. But at the same time, in the northern city of Alexandria, the buildings did cast shadows, meaning the sun was at a different angle in the sky.
Now, if the Earth was flat, they would never cast a different shadow. It would always be the same because the sun's same place.
The day of the solstice, Eratosthenes stuck a stick in the ground in Alexandria and measured the angle of its shadow. Using the distance between the two cities, he was able to calculate the curvature of the Earth. You could actually perform the same experiment if you have a friend living a few miles away. Or if your friend is several hours west, you can get more proof that the Earth is round by calling them at sunset and asking how the sky looks. It will still be daylight there because of the Earth's curve. And there's one more piece of clear evidence for the planet's shape. Pictures taken from space. Maybe you're not on Earth after all, and are actually watching this video from the space station, in which case, please leave a comment because that's so cool. If that's true, you'll have a bird's eye view of this giant blue and green globe. What a beautiful place to live. So what other myths about the Earth do you want me to explore? Let me know in the comment section.
Alright, so those are the facts proving that the Earth is very much round. Shout out to Life Noggin for that video. I'm not claiming that video whatsoever. That belongs to him. I'm just using it as evidence. So let's go through one that proves that the Earth is flat. Alright, let's do this one.
The flat Earth theory has exploded in popularity.
Oh, before we start this video, shout out to Inform Overload. Once again, not my video.
Millions of people are looking it up to learn more about it. Believing in the flat Earth also comes hand in hand with believing that world governments and NASA are lying to everyone about the true nature of our Earth. There are a lot of people who believe that our Earth is flat, and they must believe it for a reason. Ever wonder what those reasons are? I'm going to fill you in here on IO. What is good, flat Earth loving potatoes? This is Inform Overload, where we overload you with information.
Potatoes? Okay.
My name is Charlotte, and tell me in the comments below, do you believe in the flat Earth theory? Don't just tell me if you believe in it. I want you to tell me the most compelling piece of evidence you have that makes you believe in the flat Earth. The Flat Earth Society believes that everything we have been told about our planet is a lie. They believe our...
Basically, another thing that they believe for some reason, like around the edges of the Earth, it's just ice. Like there's a giant ice wall that stops you from like going over the edge or whatever. Let's just continue.
Big blue planet is not an orb, but a pancake. It must mean that images of the Earth taken from space are fabricated, and the moon landing was faked. Firstly, there are a lot of pictures of the Earth that NASA says are taken from the International Space Station. Those pictures show the curvature of...
Question. Yes, it shows the curvature, it shows it being round. Isn't space full of stars? Why is everything just pitch black here? Conspiracy.
The Earth, because the space station is far enough from the Earth to be able to see it. But there is another explanation. The curvature could easily be faked using either Photoshop or a fisheye lens. Fisheye lenses distort the edges of a picture, which could make almost any landscape look like it's round. That's why many photos taken by NASA show a curvature of the Earth, but apparently amateur photos taken with rockets or drones do not. That's according to flat earthers, not according to me. I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not going to send a rocket into space to test it out right now. Next up, if the Earth is round, why don't planes have to fly downward? Here's the reasoning. When a plane is flying around the Earth, it flies straight. If it needed to go around Earth, why don't pilots have to keep angling the plane downward? Furthermore, if Earth is a ball and that...
I never even thought of that. That is so true. You would always have to fly down because the Earth is curving. So you have to make sure you don't fly off the Earth. If you could ever do that. But planes always fly straight, so Earth might be flat. Yeah, let's get back into this.
Ball is spinning. Wouldn't it be a lot harder to fly to the east? Let me explain. If you're in an airplane and the atmosphere is moving in the other direction at hundreds of miles per hour, it would take twice as long for a plane to get to its destination. How come it doesn't? And perhaps the most compelling question of all surrounding the flat Earth theory is, why do governments want to keep the true nature of our Earth from us? Well, there's more than one reason, but the main one is that there's a lot of extra land that comes along with the flat Earth, which means more natural resources. If everyone knew about all the oil past the Earth we know about, the price of oil would drop. By keeping oil rare, companies can charge insane amounts for it, and we, consumers,
So you mean to tell me the government is lying about the Earth being round for economic profit? That is... Let's just continue.
to pay for it. Of course, I'm only providing insight into what the Flat Earth Society believes. Until proven otherwise, perhaps by mad my cues, the Earth is round. So why do so many people bother believing in a theory that our current understanding of science refutes? According to researchers, people are more likely to believe conspiracy theories when they're feeling excluded, isolated, and vulnerable. Believing in a conspiracy theory is a way for people to feel like they have gained back control when they feel powerless. So the growing number of people who believe in this theory could tell us something about our own society. That is is all for this video. If you enjoyed it, you should also check out this one over here about the man who wants to send himself into space to prove the Earth is flat. That is it for me. Later, taters.
Alright, so those are two videos proving opposite sides. Let's get another one that says the Earth is flat, and then we'll do another one that does the Earth is not flat. That's a 21-minute video. I'm gonna do like a short video. Let's do this one. This one.
In 1881.
This one doesn't seem to have a side. Shout out to All Times Conspiracies for this one. Let's drop a like. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to have a side. This one's just kind of like, you know, proving both sides.
The English inventor Samuel Rowbotham published a 430-page book titled Zetetic Astronomy, Earth Not a Globe. His writings led to the formation of the Flat Earth Society, a group which still exists
Illuminati confirmed!
today. The Flat Earth Society promotes discussion and debate on what it views as the global conspiracy that the Earth is a sphere. It asserts that sensory observation prevails over scientific theory, and according to their Vice President Michael Wilmore, through logical deduction and empirical data, we maintain that the Earth is flat. Samuel Rowbotham claimed that the Bible and our own senses support the idea that the Earth is flat and immovable. Moreover, he argued this essential truth should not be set aside for a system based solely on human conjecture. So how do these conspiracy theorists believe our flat world works? Well, the leading flat Earth theory suggests the Earth is a disk with the Arctic Circle in the middle. The Antarctic is a 150 feet tall wall of ice surrounding the rim of the planet.
This is what I was talking about. The Earth, like, they believe that the Earth has, like, this giant wall of ice around it, and you basically can't go over, or whatever. I don't know, that's kind of dumb.
Which prevents the ocean from spilling over the edge. The Earth's day and night cycle is explained by the sun and moon moving in circles above the plane of the Earth. Like spotlights, these celestial spheres illuminate different portions of the planet in a 24-hour cycle. The Earth's gravity is also considered to be an illusion. Objects don't accelerate downwards, rather, the disk of Earth accelerates upwards, driven by dark energy.
Dark energy is a very, very complicated thing. But basically what it does, from my understanding of it, what it does, it basically moves things around in the universe. Scientists don't know exactly how, but basically dark energy is what's causing the universe to, like, expand. I think that's what it is. Let's continue.
Flat Earthers also maintain that GPS devices are rigged to make pilots think they are flying in straight lines, when actually they are flying in circles. Many ordinary people felt that the Flat Earth argument had been quashed once and for all by US and Soviet exploration into space in the 1960s. The satellite pictures they produced clearly show the Earth as a spherical object rotating in space, like all the other planets in our solar system. Astronauts who ventured into space also testified to this, and even saw for themselves.
Pause. Right there. Right there. If the Earth, if this picture isn't photoshopped, where are the stars? I thought, because when I took a trip to the suburbs, right? And you know, it's not like the city, it's quiet. You can look up, nighttime, whole bunch of stars in the sky. You can see like so many different stars. There are no stars in this photo. This photo should be littered with just white dots everywhere. That's what I don't understand about these photos. Let's continue.
In space, like all the other planets in our solar system. Astronauts who ventured into space also testified to this, and even saw for themselves firsthand the extent of the globe. They orbited it several times. However, believers in a flat Earth argue that the space race was a hoax, and that NASA and other government agencies are hiding the truth. They deem satellite photos of a spherical Earth to be faked, and just like 20% of Americans, they argue the entire space program was fabricated. Prior to space exploration, the most forceful argument for claiming the Earth is spherical was a lunar eclipse. The geometry of a lunar eclipse has been understood since ancient Greece. When a full moon occurs in the plane of the Earth's orbit, the moon slowly moves through the Earth's shadow. Every time that shadow is seen, its edge is round, and the only solid object which projects a round shadow is a sphere. Other arguments for a sphere...
That's 100% true. There's no arguing against that. Like, you can wait till the next eclipse. You will see the Earth's shadow be a curve. Yeah.
Spherical Earth include the way ships appear on the horizon. They rise as if submerged under the water.
So basically, this is what the other video was talking about, except it was going in the other direction, leaving you. It goes like kind of downward, but going towards you. It kind of looks like it's rising, because the Earth is, that's how it would work if the Earth is round. Yeah.
You see the top of the mast before the hull. On a flat Earth, a boat would just look like a small dot, which...
Yeah, you would see the boat always the same way. You wouldn't see like it like disappear on the horizon. It would just be like, you know, there.
Gets bigger as it approaches. Then there is the fact you can see greater distances from higher up. This is only possible because of the Earth's curvature. Curvature also explains why the sun gets lower in the sky as you travel away from the tropics, and why the length of daylight varies more between summer and winter the further you are from the equator. The idea of a spherical Earth first appeared in Greece in the 6th century BC, through the philosopher Pythagoras. Before this, most historians agree that ancient societies thought of the world as being a flat.
By the way, if you lived in the 1600s, not the 1600s, ancient Greece, and you believed the Earth was round, they would kill you for it. They'd kill you just because you have the idea that, you know, it's not, you know, society's not right. They would kill you for that. Humans are dumb, man.
Object. Christopher Columbus is often attributed with disproving the prevailing belief in a flat Earth when he sailed west. However, this is a popular misconception. Indeed, the oldest surviving globe, the Erdapfel, designed by the German Martin Beheim, dates back to 1492, before Columbus's return from the Americas. However, despite this, membership of the Flat Earth Society continues to grow each year, and there are many who continue to maintain that the Earth is flat. The Society remains dedicated to promoting Rowbotham's ideas and trying to convince skeptics. The Illuminati are, apparently, preparing the world for the coming New World Order. Conspiracy theorists argue that Hollywood's insistence...
Okay, that's for another video. Why the Earth is round and the Milky Way is flat. Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with the video. How do we know the Earth is round? Satan's greatest lie. Conspiracy theory built flat Earth has shocking proof.
A flat earther argued with an astronaut on the show Good Morning Britain, and his
Good
reasoning for
morning,
believing the Earth
Britain.
is flat left the astronaut speechless. More on this today on I.O. What is good flattened potatoes? My name is Charlotte, and this is I.O., where we overload you with information and occasionally they stuck two sticks in different locations 500 miles apart and
Sorry, I just wanted to
A flat earther argued
check,
with an astronaut
check.
on the show Good Morning Britain. His reasoning for believing the Earth is flat left the astronaut speechless. More on this today on I.O. What is good flattened potatoes? My name is Charlotte, and this is I.O., where we overload you with information.
How much do you like potatoes? Let me stop. That's just their intro.
And occasionally conspiracy theories. That sounds like something you're into, and this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button. Before I get into this video, I want to see if we can get this...
You know what? I got you. Drop that like and push that subscribe button. I don't want the bell. I don't feel like being notified. I already get way too many notifications. But I will subscribe.
Video to 500 likes. So smash that thumbs up like this guy wants to smash and flatten the earth. I'm going to introduce you to Mark Sargent, a prominent flat earther who believes we are living on a disc created by extraterrestrials. He appeared on the TV show Good Morning Britain and was interviewed by Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid. He was asked, "Why do you believe the earth is flat?" And this was his reasoning. The first blue marble picture of the earth was taken by Apollo 17 in 1972, and the second one was 2 summers ago. We had 3 decades with no blue marble shots. Why? It must be because the earth is flat. He also said that another clue is that you used to be able to see ships disappear on the horizon when you're on a beach. But now with improvements in technology, you can see the ships if you zoom. Okay, first of all, there are plenty of pictures of the earth taken from the International Space Station. Terry Virts, an astronaut who spent a year aboard the International Space Station, definitely had something to say to Mark Sargent about his theories. He brought out a book that was full of pictures of the earth that were taken from space. The pictures were taken from many angles, and in each one of them,
once again, how many times will I have to say this? Where are the stars?
the earth curved. Sargent, of course, was not convinced. He believes these photos were fabricated and that Terry Virts is a government official who is capable of keeping a secret. The thing I really don't understand about the flat earth conspiracy theory is why would NASA want to hide the fact that the earth is flat from us? What possible gain do world governments have from keeping this secret from us? And what's more is...
Well, according to the other video, it's for economic profit. It's kind of dumb.
If the earth is flat, then why don't we hear about people falling off the edge? The ancient Greeks first figured out that the earth was round a long time ago. They stuck two sticks in different locations 500 miles apart and compared their shadows. The sticks had different shadows. If the earth was flat, they would have the same shadow because the sun would be pointing.
Yup, the sun would just be like there, just straight up, right? But the sun curves. Oh, no. The earth is round, so the sun moves around. Shut up. Just get back to the
at
video.
them from the same angle, regardless of how far apart the sticks were. So there you have it. Now that that's settled, I'm going to respond to some comments. Jenna Rude said, I am a banana. Rude, I am a potato. Dankest Meme said, Charlotte, to eat a potato.
Okay. That's not part of the video. Alright, let's watch one more.
California man is getting ready to launch himself into the air in a homemade rocket to prove that the earth is flat.
It's kind of dumb.
This is Mike Hughes right here and that rocket. He says it will send him into the air at about 500 miles an hour tomorrow. The group called Research Flat Earth is of astronauts lied about Earth's shape. Hughes has sort of done this before. He flew a quarter mile in a homemade rocket in Arizona in 2014 and ended up hurt and didn't end up with those flat earth pictures.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this video is 20 minutes. It's not happening. Yeah, let's see if the earth is flat. How would it be different?
Today, it's nearly impossible to believe the earth is anything but round. But for most of our history, humans have thought the earth was flat. The one concept our ancient ancestors were missing was gravity. Gravity's effects are the key to determining whether the Earth is actually flat or not. On a sphere, gravity pulls in the same direction everywhere on the surface. But on a disk, gravity changes direction as you move toward the edge.
Game Theory was talking about this in his Minecraft video. He was basically saying people thought that the Minecraft world was flat. Sorry guys, I'm just having some crackers. People thought that the Minecraft world was flat, but Game Theory had proved this by saying the farther you go from the origin or from your spawn point, every time you jump, you would kind of go diagonal because gravity works where it would pull you to the center. Had the Earth been flat, the farther away you are, like, the more diagonal your jump would be, because you're trying to fall to the center. But since the Earth is round, you just jump and you fall to the center, because, you know, the gravity is the same everywhere, making the Earth like round, proving the Earth is round, at least.
At the center, you feel a downward pull, just like on spherical Earth. But as you move out,
See what I mean?
gravity starts pulling sideways as well as downwards. This would wreak havoc on sports played in different parts of the world. A ball thrown straight up in the air midway out would curve down and backwards toward the disc's center.
Foul ball.
Plus, that ball wouldn't go nearly as high or far as a ball thrown up at the edge, where gravity's downward pull is practically zero. But sports are just the beginning. Since plant stems grow opposite to the direction of gravity, an effect called negative gravitropism, you'll see forests grow at an increasingly sharp angle the farther you are from the center. Continue toward the edge and you'll feel like you're climbing a hill that's growing steeper with each step as the backward pull of gravity.
Because, you know, gravity is trying to pull you to the center. So the farther you go... Really? Calling me during the stream? Sorry about that, guys. There's more strain you would have, because it's pulling you diagonally. So it's like basically walking up kind of like vertically. Or no, steep. Let me just let her explain. I'm saying basically the same thing.
Takes over. At Earth's end, that hill will feel like a 90-degree cliff pulling you straight back to the center. But if you could make it over the edge and stand on the thin outer part of the disk, you will feel a downward pull just like on spherical Earth. However, living here would be like living in a desert. Gravity's backwards effects pull on the oceans too, making it impossible for any water to reach the edge. Instead, sea levels will gradually rise as you travel in, making the world's center an aquatic metropolis. So, the next time you see an apple fall straight to the ground, be thankful that Earth is round. Because if it were flat, that apple might actually hit you in the face.
Alright, let's do one more. Alright, so we just did one proving the Earth is round. Let's do one about being flat.
From UFOs
Shout out to How
ghosts and
Stuff
psychic
Works.
powers, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now and learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. Mainstream science tells us that sometime between 276 and 196 BC, a mathematician named Eratosthenes proved Earth was a globe. This theory spread across the world. By the time Columbus sailed to the West Indies in 1492, most academics and scientists already knew the world was round, or so I've been told. Another current runs beneath the surface of this story, and it paints a radically different picture of our world, one in which the Earth is flat, astronomy is a hoax, and the government doesn't want you to know. This is the world of flat Earth theory. What if schools teaching globalism, the idea that
No stars. Once again, where are the dots?
Earth is a sphere rely on misinformation?
Where's the sun? Where's the moon? There's not even the moon. Okay, the sun, that's farther away. The moon should at least be in the photo. At least a small glimpse. Everything else is just black. Where are the stars? This doesn't add up.
What if world governments suppress this knowledge through science that relies on conjecture instead of tangible evidence? And what if astronomy, astrophysics, and space exploration are hoaxes built to deceive the population of Earth? Flat earthers think most of these what-ifs are true. Therefore, they ignore the photographs of Earth from space, along with other scientific evidence, such as mathematical calculations. I know photographs can be faked, and I'm no math whiz, but it's hard to ignore all the evidence. We'd have to believe in a global, centuries-old conspiracy. But for a moment, let's assume it's true. How would a flat Earth work? Flat earthers believe Earth is shaped like a disc, or perhaps a pentagon. Mountains ring this flat Earth, preventing water from falling off the area. Instead of orbiting the sun, the Earth is fixed and immobile in space. The sun passes overhead. I've read other theories that say the flat Earth actually does have something like an orbit, a gradual downward spiral. In this spiral orbit, the mountains don't completely ring the Earth. Water moving between the mountains falls straight down, returning as rain in the next revolution of the spiral. So if the Earth is actually flat, why do these globalists want us to think it's round? Here's where it gets crazy. Satanists, heretics, devil worshippers. Flat Earth theories rely on literal interpretations of biblical scripture. Flat Earthers base their ideas on pre-existing conspiracy theories, such as the Illuminati's New World Order or a shadowy satanic agenda. Many Flat Earthers believe the conspiracy is a crucial part of the coming apocalypse. By undermining biblical teachings under the guise of science, the nefarious forces of darkness can isolate and weaken Christians. Others believe aliens hatched this conspiracy to slow humanity's progress to the stars. Since I've never met an alien, or at least I don't know if I have, I can't say whether or not this is their plan, but it does seem a little far-fetched. To believe this theory, we must renounce years of personal education and centuries of research. Yet very few people have actually seen the shape of the Earth from above. Astronauts are only a fraction of 1% of Earth's population. Instead, we depend on statements of intellectuals we've never met, on pictures given to us by strangers. It becomes a matter of trust. How well do we know our sources?
Okay. This video just went to a whole new level. What?
Is it possible we've been fooled? Is Earth the revolving globe we've always assumed it to be, or is it something entirely different? Something they don't want you to know.
This is like a... Wow, okay. That video was kind of different. Alright, well, wow. Alright, well, you know, this is a kind of different video. You know, I normally do mobile gaming. But, that video is pretty interesting. It's your boy Flashpool TV signing out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Share with your friends if they'd like to watch any sort of mobile gaming and reactions. And have a great day. Peace.